But alright. What's this? I'm lagging, and look who is next to me. It's happened. You probably already know who this is, but if you don't know, I'll let them present themselves.
Hello, I am Katzyy, and I am collabing with the Sham today.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, and the video that we're going to be checking out is the most controversial VTubers. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has been going on. That's why it's 26 minutes. So we'll see what is the whole deal with these controversial VTubers and what they have done. With Kit as commentary as well.
See how many of these I know.
A lot about VTubers, especially recently. Yes, I do have a speech impediment in the form of an accent,
I think his accent is cute, for what it's worth.
and it's actually becoming a hobby of mine, as this is the third installment and third video on the topic of virtual 3D and 2D anime-like characters controlled by the facial expressions and
the Super-
body language
the- I
of
mean,
an
at the Super
IRL
Bowl.
person. And they come in many forms,
Dodgers.
like the corporate
Dodgers.
VTubers, indie VTubers,
It's
She has
Chibi.
100%
Yeah.
autism.
femboy
wow.
VTubers.
Hey, what do you guys actually do when I posted my IRL cake butt booty butt stomp actually on
What?
my Instagram?
Tomboy
What the
VTubers.
hell?
Yeah, there's a VTuber for every
And
niche.
many more flavors of VTuber.
Yeah. Then
But
you got
despite some of
Fillion.
these being cute anime characters, a certain few have a
Jeez.
disturbing layer underneath. And we're going to talk about some of these VTubers that certainly earn the title of some of the most controversial VTubers, either for the misdeeds or general conduct on their platform. But at the end of
Not
the day,
Bao.
it's up to you to generate
Bao
your own
doing?
opinion of these VTubers,
I don't
but
know.
do not go out of your way to hate on them, as some of these people do not deserve the attention in general, and you do not need to
That's
stoop
sick. She
down
has,
to
like, the
their
little
level.
addition of, like, the
However,
gun.
I've got to give credit where credit is due. I got an email recently. Yes, I'm actually checking my inbox now. Please stop sending me racial slurs. I'm still waiting
Oh
on
my
that sponsorship email, NordVPN. I know I ignored it like 4 years ago, but
What do
give
you-
me another chance.
Senor
I'm
Pello?
a grown
I don't think
adult.
Senor Pello
I
is
still
a
eat Cocoa
VTuber or
Pops,
some
but I can
person.
bench over 100 kilograms now. But anyway, this email was actually comprehensible. I know, surprising from some of you. Some of you have a deficiency of chromosomes, I swear. But anyway, the email was
Jeez.
to look at a certain degenerate VTuber.
Isn't it
with a
everyone with
controversial past,
all
but
what's
I
going
thought
on
I'd
with
include
TikTok
other
in
VTubers that
2024 in
have
general?
Such a past as
With
well.
brain
The
rot?
first one has a long
Yeah, we're all
list
just
of
slowly
controversies,
losing chromosomes.
especially in their past
Because that's
internet
how it
activity,
works.
and apparently was involved in a
Yeah,
previous
2025
video I made
is definitely
about
gonna
the
be our year,
femboy
guys.
VTuber Bungo Tiger,
One-
or Tigerholic. And this VTuber's name is Marina.
I'm gonna put this as nicely as possible. Not every streamer is very smart.
If you haven't heard
Oh,
of
God.
Marina, you probably haven't seen their VTubers
Yes,
areolas
I saw
all
this.
over the internet, as we'll
I-
talk about
I
For
know
later.
research
this.
purposes.
But
For
who
research
is
purposes,
Marina?
guys.
Starting all the way back in September 2022, and as a so-called Kraken mommy.
So do you have a
nothing really
disco,
stood out
and are
about
you
Marina.
active in that
They were your
Discord that I
normal
joined?
borderline NSFW
Not
VTuber.
really. Some
Their
person like
content
that
very
Discord
much
like thing. I
18
just like
plus,
kept it there
and they
for
were an
like
indie
everyone to
VTuber,
join
so they
in.
could basically do whatever they want, content-wise. That is. Their Twitter is filled to the brim with NSFW
Jesus.
content, and their YouTube Shorts is very much the same. Like, I just wanted to watch my fake Reddit stories. I don't need a half-naked female in the corner. But they mainly stream on platforms such as
That's
Twitch,
crazy.
and people's opinion of them was very much indifferent until things started to go downhill and they became shrouded in controversies. The first one being the one I mentioned earlier, which most of you have probably heard about as it was all over the internet when it happened.
Yeah, I
As
remember
Twitch
watching the
changed
videos. They're like
their
saying
TOS
like, "Oh yeah, she's in
to allow
controversy,
artistic
guys."
Nudity. This involved
Yeah.
drawing titties
Well,
and
she
such things as
she
erotic
tried to
dances.
hop on this
Don't know
meta,
why
but
you would want that on
took it
Twitch.
too far.
I thought
Yeah,
the
like
hot tub
I
section
get
was
like
enough.
this.
But Marina
Because
apparently
it's
understood
Twitch,
the
and Twitch
TOS
is-
very well, as almost as if
it's
they were
successful for
spawn
that,
camping the update
and
to the TOS. Shortly
I
after
would
the
not be
update to the
surprised
TOS,
that
they
VTubering
would show
would
up to
be
their
also
stream,
doing that same thing.
essentially showing all the crown jewels. Their VTuber model and a picture on the right showing their avatar completely naked. I swear
Jesus.
Twitch wants to be reincarnated as Chatterbait. And whilst Marina was streaming, her chat was telling them they can't do this, and it was very much a bad idea. But they would go on to rebuttal this, bragging about their view
And it's not
count,
just one,
as there
it's
were a lot of people who
three
become
different
decent anime
things.
kitties. But they also continued by saying, essentially, chat was wrong,
Yeah,
and your
this
favorite
was,
content creators that are sheep only
she was
following
trying to get
others'
away
opinions
with
are imbeciles,
supposedly
and they actually hold
artistic
their own
nudity,
opinion
but
and can do their
it doesn't
own
work like
research,
that.
because they
Yeah,
are in the
'cause
right.
You can't just
I'm gonna put this as
be
nicely as
naked for
possible.
the sake of being naked.
Yeah.
Not every streamer is very smart.
And apparently
Some
you're
are.
one of them.
Some are geniuses, but I think some people either A, don't read the TOS themselves, and they just look at other people posting misinformation, or they just don't think things through. It's very explicit about the things that you can show and you can't show.
But evidently,
Oh my
they were
God.
very much in the wrong, as the only thing within TOS.
And I think
was the
she's
1080p
back on
naked
Twitch.
picture
It's
of
really
himself
that
on the
bad
right-hand
of how
side,
the situation
because
of Twitch
they did
is.
not know that VTubers need to follow the Twitch attire guidelines. Just like any IRL streamer, they can't go on stream completely naked or
Yeah,
showing
that's why I'm wearing the
explicit
Christmas
parts of
sweater.
themselves.
See?
So
I'm
much
festive.
for the research, I guess.
Either
Guys,
A, don't
remember
read the
to wear
TOS
clothes.
themselves,
It's
But
important.
subsequently, they were banned, albeit just for one day, which made the entire internet lose their shit.
A
As
day?
essentially, for the deed they did, they just got a slap on the wrist with a styrofoam brick. As most people thought
That's
it
a
should
bunch
have
of
been longer,
cucks,
as
bro.
kids could
That's
have been
cuck
watching,
energy
even though
from
it was
Twitch.
under mature content. However, I kind of understand the
Although
only
it-
one-day ban.
I mean, it's kind of
as it's
surprising though.
not
They usually
entirely
punish
their own
VTubers
fault,
harder.
But yeah, there is a certain
Yeah.
level of arrogance and naivety to think you can show a full hog on a platform like Twitch, but Twitch's guidelines are about as coherent and comprehensible as the drawings of cavemen, and are most of the time are very ambiguous. $1 million company, by the way. They also show a lot of discrepancies when applying their TOS to certain streamers, where
Yeah.
some get banned and some don't.
Show
even though they
Amaranth.
broke
She's the
same
perfect
rule. But I
picture for
understand that
that.
Twitch weren't communicating this well, so they gave everyone that was not within that TOS a one-day ban because it was their fuck up.
Why you
But
want
some
to see
content
Amaranth
creators
so
and
bad?
VTubers actually
Because she's the
followed
one that
TOS
fully
and
falls
still
into this
got
whole
banned,
meta
like the
that
French
they've been
VTuber
following.
Sari
That's their
that was drawing
queen.
NSFW art on stream
Before
that-
she
that's
left to
within
kick.
the TOS, but they're French, so.
French.
But the supposed
The
Kraken
French.
Mommy apologised for the incident, but only after they lost a primary sponsorship,
Jesus.
which was a controversy within itself.
That
But they
video.
returned back to streaming after their ban, where more controversies would occur. The next
More?
one being, of all things, Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh,
A
Oh
game that launched
no.
in a better state than any Fallout game and Battlefield game, but still had a terrible launch, which to me, to this day,
All the
still
death
makes no
threats,
sense to me.
every
The reason
controversy
for
that
this
came out
terrible
of that.
launch was because it was a Harry Potter game. J.K. Rowling created Harry Potter
Yep.
and is known to be transphobic, homophobic, and slightly racist. But they still
Ugh.
own the intellectual property that is Harry Potter. And even though she had no impact on the creation of this game, just because it was tied to the fictional world of Harry Potter, which she created, many people of the LGBTQ condemned the game and the people
It's so
that
funny
were
they just have
streaming it and
XQC
overall
playing it,
just
knowing
playing
like
it,
his
to the point where people
controversies are
streaming it
also as
perceived
well.
harassment, as they were supposedly supporting her transphobic and homophobic agenda.
Not the random people.
I'll
jumping
just-
out of hate
I'll
mobs
say
for
this
clout
about,
and
all
attention
this.
and
Mhm.
I
wanting
watched
to feel
Harry Potter.
special
I read all the books
and
when, you know,
give
growing
themselves a
up.
pat on the back
I
for
like it.
bullying the
And me liking it's not
stupid Harry
gonna
Potter nerd.
give J.K.
But, buddy,
Rowling any more
it's
money.
not
She's
that
already
deep. Just
filled
because I
Gotten
my
the
like
money.
the
Whether
games
you
doesn't mean
whether
I
you
like
like
the
her
person
or
that
you don't
created
like
them,
her, you're
and
indifferent.
let
It's
alone
like
support their message.
just let
But this
people
led to a lot of
enjoy
streamers being harassed
their
and just
nostalgia.
ending their streams
Like,
early when they were going to play the
I
game.
thought this
So where does
whole
Kraken Mommy
controversy
fit
was
into
pretty
all of this?
stupid,
Well,
to be
they
honest.
were accused of
Yeah,
doing the
it
same
was
thing,
pretty stupid
condemning
because like
people
it
that were
really
streaming
went too far
just
where
this
people
game.
really
The
like
first tweet
were
basically
scared of their
saying that
lives
trans people are being
just for
affected
playing
by
the
people
game.
streaming this
And
game because
I
they're not
agree.
being
Like I
supported.
also have
The
read the
second
books.
tweet,
I also have
presumably-
like seen the movies.
presumably
Like
is a response to a
my
deleted
family
tweet
also
by
watches
somebody
it like a
complaining they're
lot.
getting
So
a lot
like
of
still,
backlash for streaming this game.
it's
Yeah,
good.
and it basically goes on to say
It was
"You're not the
it was
victim
good
here, buddy."
content.
And
Yeah,
that just
like the
streaming this
person
game
is
promotes a
evil,
terrible
but that doesn't mean that the
message.
content
Along
was
the line,
evil.
It is copium to think there's nothing wrong with
I mean,
streaming.
J.K.
it.
Rowling
All the
really
past two
can't win, though,
controversies
because,
would be
like,
combined together in
both
a
the
row
right and the
to
left
create an absolute
dislike her for different
feces
reasons,
storm from
so-
Mariner,
Yeah.
along with
I mean,
one more
at some point, you just kind of got to
and that
give
was
it
her
to her. Like,
advocation that
she's
Tiger or Bungo Tiger
she
was
she
a pet in the
believes what
midst
she
of a
believes,
smear
and
campaign.
everyone hates her
All of the
for it,
evidence
but she
stacked
still
up
believes it,
against Bungo
so
Tiger
that's
was
something.
cleared
Yeah.
with the exoneration of Bungo Tiger document produced by a private investigator.
Oh, yeah,
Which basically
the,
exposed
the
the people that were writing this document who were infatuated with
Why
Tiger.
don't you pause the video for a
couldn't
second?
get that
Got
femboy
it.
bust.
Paused.
Yeah, so interesting tidbit about the Tyga situation, which I guess we're gonna learn more about
Mm-hmm.
in a moment. There was a brief moment of time where in my YouTube analytics,
Mm-hmm.
Tyga was like the most watched YouTuber that my other YouTuber that my audience watched, which was like just like a crazy coincidence for a couple months. It was weird.
Damn.
I was like, wow, what sort of people have I attracted?
Oh God.
But no, basically I kind of know the gist of what the story is. Tyga was accused of like really bad like pedo stuff,
Yeah, cause
and
like
then
I
and then
mean,
later came out that that was basically like a smear campaign or something against him. Like
jeez.
it wasn't true, but he's basically lost everything online at this point. I think he's banned a lot of places,
Oh God. Like
even though all this has been disproven like years ago.
yeah, that's to show that even if you blame someone for something that they have not done, and they try to prove themselves, it's still not gonna help because they got
Yeah,
blamed already.
because the court of public opinion doesn't like new information.
Yep, they want to be on that bandwagon of ban him, ban him, ban him, no more, and it just stays like that. They don't want to listen to the reason. Sucks.
Yep.
But let's see.
Anyway,
All
yeah,
right,
we'll
ready?
start.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
See, so they resorted to smearing their reputation with out of context screenshots and overall just false evidence. I've already talked
Jeez,
about
that
this enough in my
first.
previous videos, but Marina comes into this where she basically advertised the document deplatforming Tyga without doing any of their own research,
Oh
essentially
my
saying
God,
Tyga
these
does not
guys
belong
are
in the community,
evil.
and essentially assisting in pushing the narrative of the smear campaign. And these tweets of them pushing this narrative are still available to this day. And even though it was disproved, they still claim no responsibility for the impact they had on the situation. Even when
Jeez.
Tyga called them out directly, and allegedly informing other influential VTubers, such as Nux Taku, to also discuss these
Nux.
allegations as if they were true.
Other than Nux and Marina, but Nux claims to have gotten it from a close confidant. So, like, that's why I think Marina was his secret plug who gave him all the info on me, I guess.
Which made the situation even worse for Tyga.
Oof.
And one more less known controversy about Marina is other VTubers coming about their experience with her, overall just being a terrible time, where allegedly, they have Discords
Got it.
dedicated to bullying people, and Discord screenshots showing that when people separated themselves from their group, they would send so-called spies to keep tabs on them. But once again, that is very
Dude,
much
that
word
is
of mouth.
psychopath
Now, all these
behavior.
accusations come in the limelight
Jeez.
when they got sponsored
Yeah,
with
you need to go outside
energy.
some if you're
Sponsor which dropped
if you're
them
this
when their VTuber model got naked
chronically
on stream.
online.
However,
Like,
due
Yeah,
to
like
this
sending
announcement, people
spies
were
to keep
outraged that
tabs, like,
such
why?
company would partner with someone with so many
honestly, if I was ever in a
allegations,
situation
leading to Glitch
like
Energy
that
hiding
bordered on
many
this
of the
kind of
replies on
crazy,
the
like
tweet,
terminally online
replies
crazy,
which were
I'd probably
criticising
just
the
be
decision,
so
which led to Marina trying to
tired.
get
I
people
just
from their
go
Discord
to sleep.
post
Like
something positive
I
on
don't
the
got
tweet
time for
to
this.
somewhat overlook all the
It's like,
criticism, and
I'll
labeling most
focus
of
on
the
it
people
tomorrow.
writing this criticism as transphobic. Does that mean I'm transphobic now as well? Now I see where they're coming from here. This is Twitter. It's like going to a gas station toilet
Yep,
and expecting
it's a
there not to
cesspool
be human
over there.
feces on every centimetre of the wall. Some of these responses to that tweet could have generally been fueled by transphobia, but a lot of these were just general criticism for this decision and dragging up their past of fuck-ups. Now Marino would respond to this by posting a lengthy paragraph responding to each accusation individually, with some additional accusations such as doxing and sexualizing being an IRL teacher, which I
What?
didn't know was an accusation. But majority of it boils down to she didn't do the harassment towards the Hogwarts Legacy Twitch streamers. She wasn't responsible for the reputation decrease towards Tyga, because she was simply just expressing her disgust, and a majority of the other accusations are just
Damn,
false.
the accountability
Now, it's up to you
is
what you
really
think,
bad in
Marina.
this.
They haven't had any
I
significant
have conducted an
allegations
internal
this past year,
investigation
despite
and
losing
found
their
myself
sponsorship.
not
They
guilty.
seem to be doing just fine. However, my own
On what
opinion is
grounds?
I
Oh,
think
I
they
already
should have
found
had
the
more awareness when
information
it
for
came to
myself.
Twitch
Not
TOS
for them,
guidelines
but
breaking, and
I'm
not
safe, right,
responded with
guys?
such arrogance. I think they did have an impact with the Tiger Hollow
Villain.
situation.
These are
Due to
villains.
the fact they did advertise it, and that tweet is still up to this day. And generally assuming that people giving you criticism,
And I can assure
are
to
only
you
doing
that
this for transphobic
if we
purposes.
find
I don't think this is true. I
her
think some would generally
name
just
on
give you
Twitch,
criticism.
she'll be live right
But
now.
That is one VTuber down, 2 more to go. Is your faith in humanity diminished yet? Because mine was gone when I launched League of Legends for the first time.
Oh my
Now, the
god.
next VTuber we're going to talk about is
Oh, yes, we go.
Taku.
Like, I was gonna make a video on it. I was thinking about it, and then I was like, dude, if I make a video roasting this dude on my main channel, YouTube will literally deplatform him.
Now, I talked about Nux in my previous
Jeez.
video with
Yeah.
Tiger. Don't worry, I'm not a part of the Tiger.
I watched
defense
Nux,
force.
but
This is
honestly,
just a
his
coincidence.
situation
I
with
swear.
Taiga is
But I've already talked about
not
their
really
involvement with the
defensible,
Tiger
to be honest.
situation, how they advertised that they were a groomer when they in fact weren't, but also advertised it to people like Moist Critical, which put it on a wider scale, fully well knowing
feel
they
like
were
he never
not
really,
informed on the entire details,
took
but
a
still spoke
full
about it as if it was
accountability
true
for it
anyway.
until it was like
I don't know the
years
Too late.
too late.
story, but Tiger was
Oh.
added to be a
Incorrect.
And doing very little when they were called out for this, despite causing significant damage to Tiger's reputation, even ensuring Tiger that they would do another video of Moist Critical, but that video never came.
This was in December
Damn.
22nd, 2022. 2022! He said he was going to make a sequel video with Moist Critical. Video never came.
And they
Damn,
seemingly just wanted
that's
to
so
overlook
messed
and forget
up.
about the whole situation in general. But as said, I've already spoken about this in my previous video, so just keep it in mind. But who is Nux Taku? Nux Taku is a VTuber that mainly posts on YouTube. They were
Of
initially known for
everything.
their anime takes, so unfortunately me and him share a past. But he later branched out into commentary videos on different topics.
All these
And he
videos
started
are
uploading to
crazy.
YouTube around 8 years ago in 2015,
Yeah.
but introduced himself as a VTuber in January of 2021. The
Seriously?
so-called
2021?
VTuber. And he's around 28 years old as of 2024.
He's 28?
And that's most of the information
Jeez.
people know about Nux
Yeah, well, he's
Taku.
been
They're
on
an
YouTube for like
private
over 10
person.
years.
Nobody's seen their face
And
yet.
he hasn't like
many
posted that video.
VTubers,
Oh
they have
guys,
been on the
I'm already
YouTube
at my
platform for a while. And within those
that
8
time
years,
where
he
it's
has
10
not been
years.
void of
I feel like I should
controversy.
retire.
One of which being the
He hasn't done that
hypocrisy
yet,
of one of
or
the statements
troll
he
I think
people with
uses
it.
almost constantly.
I think he wants to
is that if you
retire
like
like
lollies,
within
you
the
are
next few
not
years,
IRL.
based on
lollies being
how he
children in
talks
anime.
about it.
However, it would quickly get called out.
Right
on the
now,
fact
I think
that
he's just
in his
kinda
thumbnails he has
in the
lollies,
vibing or whatever.
Even has VTuber
Yeah.
friends that are lollies. And when he was criticized for this, he doubled down, making a video about one of his accusers, Rev Says
Jesus.
Desu, which the thumbnail just tells you the summary of the whole video. And whilst doing so, realizing he's a hypocrite, would start combing through their own thumbnails, removing all references of lollies, relatively with no excuse for doing so. And quite recently with the Ava Tyson expose, where
Oh
they
my
contacted a
God.
minor and contacting
Not
a
that
content
can of
creator called
worms.
Shadman, who draws pictures of those underage, especially Keemstar's daughter. It was said that Nux
Yep,
also
also
has a
that
line of
controversy.
communication with them,
Ugh.
despite their opinion of lollies.
Although,
However,
according
that
to
is all
Nux,
alleged,
he never
and it
really,
is still in its infancy. So I'm not
Purchased?
really
I
going to
think
talk about that
Shad-
in
I think
regards to their
Shadman,
hypocrisy. And my own opinion is I don't
reached
think
out
they
to
really
him
had that
or
much of
something.
communication with Shadman.
Oh.
And
I
don't
could
think
be
overall
wrong
they
about
should
that,
have any
but I
involvement
don't
in that
think he ever
situation.
really liked
Royalty
him.
from the future here,
Nux never
editing
really
this at
liked Shadman,
midnight and listening to
but,
Childish Gambino Lithuania. It was just released that Nux had just left
yeah.
the Some Ordinary Gamers podcast.
I will give him this though.
Had
He
nothing to
has
do with
like
the
really
Shadman
calmed down
allegations,
in the last
supposedly.
couple
It was
years
just a
from
coincidence.
like what he
Do
was.
with that what you will. But yeah, I'm
That's
not
good.
going
As
to
far as, like,
waste
as far as,
my
like,
life
trolling
now,
and
enjoy the video, I
stuff.
guess. But regardless, Nux
No, that's
has
really
a
good.
bit
That's a
of
good
an
progress.
ego.
Not like the
with
other
Rev
ones that were
situation,
showcased in
he
this
said if he
video
actually
that
made
are
a video
still
responding to Rev's
not
claims,
taking accountability
because YouTubers
to
been
what they
watching
did.
His podcast with Some Ordinary Gamers, he essentially says
Yeah.
if he reacted to it and made a video on it, YouTube would take notice and take action against Rev. Like YouTube is just setting up his taint, waiting for his every order.
If I make a video roasting this dude on my main channel, YouTube
That's
will
not true.
literally
His main
deplatform
channel
him.
is shadow
Especially
banned.
ever since I've been on the Some Ordinary podcast, YouTube has really been paying attention to like what we've been saying.
He also goes on to criticize Rev's view count, implying that him doing a video on Nux has given him significant views than it normally would. Despite
Ah.
current times, Rev is performing a lot better than Nux. And his previous statement doesn't make much sense either way, where he essentially said YouTube would take actions against Rev because Nux would have been involved. but in the same year would make a video basically saying that YouTube had shadow banned them.
Because it makes no sense, and my channel is clearly shadow banned.
Admittedly
Probably because
without
of all those
concrete
thumbnails,
evidence,
Nux.
and then would go on to
Yeah.
make a few more videos with dramatic titles and dramatic
I mean,
thumbnails.
it got views, so
wasn't
gotta give
plateauing
him that.
anymore, but some people did
That
stop
was
watching
kind of the
Nux
meta back
simply
then
because
too.
he
Was
changed
Yeah, like the
since
crazy
when he
thumbnails?
actually started.
That
Some
like
people say
shock
he's very
value.
loud and obnoxious now.
So-
uses other content creators as crutches.
It's
and
partly
his
a
thumbnails
product
being
of a
somewhat
different time.
provocative. So there may be another reason
Because
why
like,
people
if you
just
see all
stopped
those
watching
thumbnails
him.
right there,
But he is
like,
in no way
yeah,
a
like who wouldn't
YouTuber.
want to like click
One
on the
of the
video
controversies where
of
people
it and
generated
see
a
what it's
negative
about?
opinion of him was the V Shoujo drama, where basically everyone turned against him like he was Julius Caesar, even though
Jeez.
he had their best intentions at heart. But in the midst of it, he would get cancelled and
Honestly,
thrown away
a
like
Nux
filled
lore dive video would
contraceptive.
be like
And it was
its
very
own
much a
hour-long
pile on
documentary.
Taku.
I think there
Because
is
all he
one,
wanted
if
to do
I'm
With
not
was
mistaken.
expose some
With all of the
impersonators of
controversies
VTuber,
he's been in.
VTuber
Some of them were
agency
his fault,
he was
others
associated
he kind of got through under the
because they were
bus a few
sending out
times.
phishing emails
Jeez.
basically saying they were VShojo.
Yeah,
to
it's a
gather
very-
the
it's a
information
mixed
of
bag.
all these VTubers
Like I said,
to
I do
dox or
watch this
swat
guy.
them. And
Yeah.
he made a
But
video about this and
he's,
a public statement. He
I
did get
definitely
the
also have
go-to
my
head
criticisms.
from the cybersecurity team
That's good.
at VShojo. And even
At least you're not like going to the point, oh, I'll defend them through anything. Like as long as you're not that.
Members would have a very
good.
negative
like I
opinion
said,
on this
the
act, advocating he should take down the
I am
video and should have informed
somewhat of a
them,
fan,
and that he
but
was
the
using this
I
event
will
for
admit that
clout
the
and
Taiga
clickbait.
situation
Now,
was
VShojo themselves
not very
condemned
defensible.
his action,
Yeah.
even though previously they endorsed it, even telling him to link
The
their
VShojo
official
situation,
statement
on the
and
other
that they
hand,
knew
that
about the
one was
Gopsu
like,
situation
I
the
think he
whole
was
time, but
really
did nothing
screwed on
about
that.
it. And even one of the VShojo girls knew about this video
Oh.
and had no quarrels with him posting it. But then when he posted the video, immediately went to condemn his actions and speak from a point of view like they didn't know it was going to happen. Now with the VShojo talent against him and VShojo itself and the public's general opinion against him, he'd post all the receipts clearing his name. Now some of the VShojo talent that dropped him in it did get
Oh
away
my
with it,
God.
and still to this day people still hold a negative opinion of Nux because
It's
of this.
Iron Mouse.
However, looking at Nux in general, I wouldn't say they deserve
Yeah,
all
he
the
lost
negative
like half a
attention
dozen
they
friends
get.
that
They do
day.
deserve the criticism for their hypocrisy and spreading of misinformation without being entirely informed. But a majority of the reason people do
come
hold a
on,
negative opinion
Nux.
is because of his content, thumbnails, his change in personality, and association with other content creators. I think if Nux owned up to his mistakes in the past instead of quietly hiding them and hoping they go away, the only problem people would have with him is his character. And personally, I am hoping the stuff with Shadman doesn't turn out to be true, because that would be another point of hypocrisy, and he most certainly would be lined up for
like the
guillotine.
Shadman stuff, as far as
Now, the
I know,
final
was just
VTuber we're
him
gonna
trying
talk
to
about was
troll
the
him.
main reason for the email
Got
sent
it.
to me, and the sender of the email had just cause, because said person is undoubtedly the king of stirring the pot and then playing the victim. They lay a liquid log on other people and then proceed to act like Keemstar, wondering why they get so much hate.
Why
What?
am I still getting hate?
Oh
For doing
God,
such
what
things
did
as
this person say?
doxing, harassing,
Oh.
and just generally being
I
the
don't
bottom
know
of the
this one.
barrel of the internet, and barely anyone knows who they are and what they've done.
She reminds
But
me
this
of
VTuber's
Asuka,
name
'cause she has the
is
fucking eye
Falter
patch.
XV.
Walter
annoy them.
XV.
Because he's right on me.
I've
Now,
never heard of
there's
this.
not a lot of information out about Falter XV. They're not that big of a VTuber.
1.2?
Not many people have come
Hey, you're
from
almost there,
misdeeds,
Kit.
and the fact they've been
You're about to
accused of making
dethrone
another
Falter.
VTuber take their own life.
Yes, that
But
is
it
the
can
next
only
goal.
Be assumed that VTuber took their own
dethrone
life because they're
a
not
controversial-
on the account and haven't been in touch with
Dethrone the
close
controversial
friends.
VTuber.
Falter XV is considered to be in their early 30s. They're
That's
a
what we're
femboy
doing. We're
VTuber
dethroning
who
controversial
streams games like
VTubers
Destiny
one at a
on
time.
Twitch. But going over to their Twitter,
And this person
you
is
can find
34.
quite literally a schizophrenic's journal of their meltdown. They accuse random streamers of random things, often with little or no evidence, and they assume these streamers are out to get them. Like, buddy,
Oh,
you are quite
jeez.
literally creating the
Schizo.
problem.
Yeah.
Most people cannot reply to their tweets. So they're basically in an echo chamber.
Falter,
with no
you
one to
suck.
snap them out of it.
You think
And
it's a
just heads up,
joke?
if you're in a controversy,
I don't know. Are you
like
gonna start
making
bitching about me?
accusation towards somebody,
We'll
and
see.
you're presumably the victim or the innocent one.
Not on
never
Christmas
look through
though.
Comments
Can't
or your Twitter replies.
be messed up on me on
Makes it look like
Christmas.
you're the bad person by controlling the narrative and not allowing anyone else to comment on said narrative. They also have a history of abusing YouTube's copyright system
1
to
second.
the point where YouTube channel to do this because they did it so frequently and obviously with misinformation. And they would go on to say it wasn't them doing this, it's someone creating fake accounts and doing it within their name.
No,
Some of these accounts were
don't-
older than his account.
Don't say
before
that,
they were
bro.
a content creator.
You're digging
and
a hole
even
that you
shared the same
can't get
name
out
as them
of.
sometimes. But the alleged fake accounts don't end there. As they complain on their Twitter, they're constantly being harassed by other content creators creating fake accounts with their name just to harass them. But there is no concrete evidence there are other creators doing this. They just pin the blame on these creators, and with how frequent he tweets about this, in my opinion, I'm starting to think he's creating the accounts.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Also, one of these accounts...
Are you paused?
Yep.
Okay. Where were you at again? I think I may have misclicked.
Now I'm at 23 with 5.
Okay, I was like 15 seconds ahead. Alright. And go.
goes
Got it.
on to say they physically assaulted him and they're admitting this out of guilt, stabbing him at their home, and linked all the
Jesus,
people that have been calling them
sociopath.
out and their bullshit.
Dang.
Go
as
touch grass.
co-conspirators.
You really
And
need that,
obviously The
Falter.
replies on most of these tweets are once again locked. But this is just genuinely insanity. They have been alleged to scam people, donating to streamers and then refunding the donation, where one streamer was going to use that money to buy RAM, but when they bought it, they refunded the donation, so they were out about $97, with the reasoning being to PayPal that they didn't receive the goods they sent the
Jeez.
money for them to buy. And this was a birthday present, by the way. They've also been accused of doxing,
Happy
putting
birthday.
someone's last name as the
$97.
Twitch stream title, but I can't show evidence of this because it's somebody's name. Now, on to the more
Jeez.
serious allegation, which was the unfortunate
There's
apparent
more
ending
serious?
of someone's life. Cherry Swatar would make a tweet back in October of 2023, hinting towards their own demise because of the alleged harassment by Faultler XV. They haven't been heard
my
from since.
God.
And admittedly, there is no solid evidence they have done the act they describe. And Faultler likes to advocate.
You better
they
not
didn't
make me
actually
be like
end
low tier
themselves,
god,
and they are very
Falter.
much
You
still
already know what that
alive.
guy said.
However, the harassment Cherry had to face from Faulter involved them saying Cherry had doxed them, which he does to other content creators. He accuses them all of doxing him, with seemingly no evidence.
Bro,
This is the
he
evidence
is so
he provided.
crazy.
And then accusing them of sexualizing them when another account posted this meme.
What
and
the
accused that account of being a
fuck?
fake
No!
account made by them, but then goes on to tweet things like this, a screenshot of them explaining the struggles they're going through, and then criticizing them. saying
Then
they
don't
have
be
no friends or
online,
family,
bro.
And then emphasizing
Like,
that in following tweets. Talking
if you're
about her.
this-
Now there are a lot of other
Oh,
accusations.
God, like,
I
if
can't
he's
get
that
into this video
crazy,
about Faulter.
don't be
There's an
online.
entire 96-page document on their misdeeds, but giving them the benefit of the doubt. They may be getting harassed by other content creators in some faraway universe, but it just does not add up with the lack of evidence they provide and how they can assume certain creators are doing this with a lack of evidence themselves. And the accusations against Faulter are backed up, unlike their claims. But the one thing I can say about this is I hope that Cherry is still alive and
Yes.
has taken a step back
Yeah,
from
and
this.
I think the
If you want more
this
information,
particular
I
private
can't get into this
investigator
video
actually
without
started
doing
the
a separate video
investigation
on the
thinking
topic.
that
Check out Maka
Tyga
Ray's
was
and AJ
guilty,
News's
but
video
like
on
the
it.
evidence
And,
changed his mind. So that's like an even bigger exoneration.
Well, damn, that's crazy. Like, they do have their fair share of like controversies. Like, it's still crazy the accountability that was not taken. Obviously, Falter being this sociopath and bullied someone else to the point that they're like still questioning if they're still around, which that's scary. Like, I would like not be sleeping well at night knowing that if there's someone like that in my space. As I'm glitching. But what do you think, Kit? What are your thoughts?
Well, I guess that's the end of the video.
Yeah, I paused it because it was just gonna be like more like, oh, you want to check out more stuff about me, which I
Yeah.
do recommend.
Yeah,
Royal.
it like restarted back at the 10-minute mark for me, so I thought we were still going.
Oh, you're good.
But anyway, yes, good rule of thumb, uh, is that a lot of content creators may not always be the greatest of people. So, definitely don't trust anyone, not even me. But I feel like I'm at least not as terrible as some of this, right?
Yeah, like obviously, like what you showcase to me is that you're this person that wants to say stuff about certain stuff, but not to the point where it's like driving people away. Like, it's all funny content that you're putting, which is good because you give smiles, not
That is,
weird faces where they're like, bro, what about this controversy that you're in, or what about this? Yeah, not that.
yeah. I think there's like a level of ego that comes into all this. I'm just here to have fun.
That's good. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's what it is, to have fun. Let's see someone.